we are already hearing about you.
And noticing.
And noticing.
We checked you out at dinner.
You have jumped in with both feet. I believe you've already started registering your name and creating your garb and just being excited. So when something like that happens and we're fortunate enough to get people with passion joining our SCA, we want to acknowledge that.
Hear the words of the crown. We, Akhamasatis, the luminous, and Ashaksi the wise, rightful sovereigns of Antir, are moved to recognize the diverse talents and efforts of our subject, Cuthbert. Herewith award them honor. November 12th, on the Society Office 57 by the reckoning of Diane Ismail. Their Majesties bid L. Winter Van Stargard appear before them. She's right here!
We're going to get our steps in this morning.
Holding those quads. Hi.
Hello.
So for those of you that don't know this lovely person, this is Elle. She came to us via the West, lots of other places, and just has jumped in. She has been our behind-the-scenes spreadsheet guru. She has worked her tail off at events when she comes. She works gigs. She does all this organizational magic, and she has become a quick friend of our hearts. So first, the kingdomy business. You have done a lot of service in several kingdoms, and we would like to recognize you with a Huta song. It is our prerogative as Crown to recognize people that give us outstanding service and support us and make it possible for us to wear these, sit there, and do this. And our reign would not have been possible without your organizational magic and your positive support. So I am going to give you a forget-me-not. Oh.
And I'll put this together with beads from, I'm going to cry, quit it. From her, from Monster's grandmother.
So the beads are from Monster's grandmother in Egypt, and Anella is some of them. Oh, thank you. And can you come forward as well, please? Sorry, we're making you guys run around now too.
The well-oiled machine is there.
Ulf also came from other places, and
Good day.
I said good day. From Kaid, and has also jumped right in and helped out. Just I can't even. At the beginning of our reign, we decided that we needed a wrangler for His Majesty because because part of reigning is realizing that you can't do the taking care of each other as a couple as you normally do, and that you need somebody to sort of step into those shoes.
I do a lot of caring.
And well, and I do as well. I have mine as well. And Ulf, you have stepped into those shoes, and you have brought humor and love and joy. And I would give you a forget-me-not. Wow.
3 cheers. Hip, hip.
Huzzah!
Hip,
Huzzah!
hip.
Huzzah!
Adrian Hawkins, heed the call of your rightful sovereigns and come forth.
Hello.
Your word famous research of your talents and your passions and your blacksmithing and all that you do to make our kingdom better. And we wanted you to know that we really appreciate appreciate that and your passion.
You were everywhere at
Rosenthorn?
Autumnmore. Well, Rosenthorn, Autumnmore. You were doing service. You were making art. You're like the full package, and so we would recognize you with a Jean de Leon.
Give attention to these words. Adrian Hawkins stands out amongst our people. Thus brightening our realm. Thus we, Aquaterra, of the Shopsy, sovereigns of Antier, admit them into the right noble order of the Jean de Leon. And with this fellowship, a grant of arms, as well as our gratitude. In witness thereof, we set our hand and seal this November 12th, Etos Testimonias 57. Christopher McAvaney, please come before their majesty.
Look at that front row seating.
Hi there. How you doing?
You look magnificent today. The reason you're here this morning is because of your magnificence. Your magnificence on the field. You're brave here. You stand out. You support that community in immense ways and enrich our kingdom because of that.
So we would like to recognize you with a sable gauntlet this morning.
Sustain our realm. It is with this in mind that Aquaterra Antier and the Shopsy Antier to take up our prerogative to elevate our subject Christopher McAvaney for their skill upon the field of honor with fellowship in the noble order. And with this, a grant of arms. For them to sable gauntlet, 3 cheers, is it? Their Majesties bid Svana Styrkardotter appear before them.
Can I have a representative, please?
Yeah, it's hard to get up that summer.
Gotta keep mama happy, that's rule number 1.
Your daughter does so much, and she's amazing, and she
So
I'm
we
tongue-tied
would like
this
to
morning.
recognize her with a due song this morning
all of her.
for her service.
She's already got the boot.
Yeah. I like the way you think.
Good job, Samantha.
All who would compete for the title of Bardic Champion of Antier, come now before their majesty. Today,
Wow.
right?
Right?
By the way, this is a gentleman that's only been in the SCA for 3 months.
Today, you enter the list to compete for the honor of being Bardic Champion of Antier. The one who carries this title is sworn in fealty to the crown of Antier. That when their majesties marshal the performers, bards, jongleurs, minstrels, poets, and tale spinners of the kingdom, there shall the champion be at the fore, reflecting the glory of the kingdom's lore and skill. This is a grave responsibility, not to be undertaken lightly. For even as they take their place in their majesty's court and at their side, The champion's deeds must show forth the talent and knowledge of the court and this kingdom to all the world. So, understanding the station to which you aspire, mark now the words of the crown.
Thank you all. It's great. You're fired. Just kidding. Thank you all for taking this on. This is not a whimsical thing, right? This takes a lot of planning and practice and commitment. A champion for a year, I understand that. That's a huge commitment. And so we are really touched by you offering yourselves up in this competition, and for one of you that stands with the crowd as champion, that means a lot. The champions of Aquaterra are an august group of folks that will really put their passion and their heart into what they do, and we don't take this lightly. Thank you.
Do each of you now swear that should you be victorious, you will fulfill the obligations of the Bardic champion of the kingdom of Aquaterra, and that you will abide by the laws of this kingdom, and that you will bear yourself now and in the future with the honor and loyalty, virtue and skill which must mark the Bardic champion of Aquaterra?
I so swear.
Then bear yourselves bravely in competition and strive with honor to the greater glory of the crown and kingdom of Aquaterra. Competitors, make ready. Judges, make ready. Thank you.
Battle Fortune.
There's no further business at this time. Thus suspend the Royal Majesty's Court. Here on this stage, in 5 minutes, we will commence the Bardic Championship.
Shortest court ever. Thanks, everybody. Have fun today. You have our lead.
travel around, sometimes they get separated. And so it's relatively common to take a tune and like add some new words or some words added to it. So I'm taking a tune from the Child Ballad, A False Silver Back, and I have created my own words. I have chosen to do my words in Scots, the language of the Lowland Scots, because it's a little bit closer to the Middle English that we speak using here. For spirit is a wild thing, it draws us across the mar. Oh, hills and dells we go, our fame we leave safe for Vanilla. Come with me. The body golden firmament month we seek beneath thunder. The keys to thunder choose they go. We bring them in to stay Vanilla. Come with me. Lovers abundant na high answer, unkin para breathe. But we see good strong demons, take good them we are demons, take come with thee. The battle glory is our field, the foeman greeting here. Claim or sing and arrive, or victory is near Vanilla. Come with me. For spirit is wilding, it calls us across the mark. Over hills and dells we go, or hay we leave safe for Vanilla. Ye come with ye.
My name is Everett. Sorry. Sorry.
Hello, everybody. So happy to see everyone here. I am so excited to share some beautiful food today. And I'm extremely happy and privileged to be joined by my good friends who are going to see all the books. So I'll tell you a bit about myself, if you don't know. I'm Garrett Hyatt. I've been doing great here for many years, and I've been doing food for about 4 years. This is my precious. It was made by Katie Barber and Sandy Harris in 2002. Got a beautiful plain maple back, 15 strings, pairs, plays much like a guitar. For this first entry, I'm playing a flute song by John Dowland. So John Dowland was a composer in Renaissance Elizabethan, but almost the same time as Shakespeare. He's the most famous composer of movies. His music is absolutely beautiful. And so this piece that I'm playing is called Now, Oh Now, I Needs Must Part. So the story behind this, speculatively, is that it's about the Duke of Anjou, who was a suitor of Queen Elizabeth I. And he was a French Duke, and he traveled to England to seek her hand. The two of them actually became quite close. She called him my frog. And so one of the names of this piece is Frog Gallery. But they discovered that it would have been very politic for Mary. Would have led to a Catholic throne, possibly the King of France inheriting the English crown. that. So regrettably, sadness. Which is kind of the traditional arrangement that musicians and singers would imagine. That we're in a noble home, we're all having a nice evening together, making music together. You guys can be fly all to listen to us make us music together.
Yes. Pre-order lunch from the restaurant. Come and get one of those tickets. Either Kate has a couple, I have a few at the front desk, and turn them in by 10, which is approximately 30 minutes from now. If you haven't already done this, I encourage you to tend to pre-order smartly. Thanks. Thank you.
Morning. I am Commodore Yuri Victor Delagorsky from the Barony of Aquaterra, and I'm honored to have my very, very master audience watch this. So, 3 years ago, I was inspired to write a 4-part epic poem because I wanted to expand my skills, and also it was a challenge, a chance to write a mythic history of myself and one of my ancestors. So I'm going to be presenting the first part, and for some context, this epic poem is set around 941, when a period in time when the Rus of around Kiev were in war conflict with the Byzantine Empire. So, with no further ado, I'll present Horus and the Call to War. In year 941, Igor, dread Rus king, called forth his vassal host. Constantinople, glittering city of cities, lay unprotected, with most of her guardians drawn off by wars in the east and west. The time had come for mighty fleet and savage drum, for battle din and pillage torch. It was now time to fight. Within this assemblage was Igor, with Horus, loyal vein of Igor. He who was often called Cunning Wolf, who had been just a boy when he was tempered by war. A veteran who proudly bore the scars he earned in scores of battles. He'd step forth, pledge his sword and shield, his ships and all his warriors, his life and faith, service to his lord. The sound of celebration filled the hall. However, one remained silent. Inga, wife of Horus, wise and fair, dark-haired and tall, felt not joy, but dread. Fearing for the life of her love, she drew him aside. Said she, "Dear husband, please heed not this call to war. I dreamed a beast, purple and gold. The sea, it lit aflame. Doom waits on that far shore. Fret not, said he. Dreams have a form akin to smoke. The wisp above the plains would seem to be as demons. Sweeping one's hand in the air reveals the truth of their false scheme. No more should thou weep. The steps that take me away will start the journey back to thee.
Haven't done that lunch order. Now's a perfect time. Seriously. So I'm Cuthbert Weaver. I'm from the canton of Aquaterra in Wasting. So it's my first time doing something like this. Although I am a public high school teacher, so this is the friendliest group of people that all week. So can't get much worse. So I'm going to be playing an acoustic piece on the classical guitar that's going to be very familiar to everyone. It's Greensleeves. So everyone knows Greensleeves. I was thinking it's probably the most well-known, most recognizable piece of music from the SCA era, like, period, right? Become a hymn. What child is this? You're probably going to hear it in the next couple months at some point with music, when words are placed to it. So before I play it, I'll tell you 3 interesting facts about Greensleeves. Firstly, it was not written by King Henry VIII. That's a big myth that I discovered, much to my disappointment. I thought he was just, sitting there humming that throughout his reign, although he was a fantastic composer of many other pieces of music, but Greensleeves was actually composed after King Henry VIII died. So another interesting fact is it's mentioned in The Merry Wives of Windsor by William Shakespeare. So it's actually mentioned Sir John Falstaff, one of the famous Shakespearean comic relief characters and great lords on stage. He mentions Greensleeves, and the line is very strange. He says, "Let us sing of Greensleeves, let potatoes rain from the sky." I need to look into that more and really find out what he meant by that. But I was actually thinking I probably should have brought some potatoes with me and I could have thrown them up. Anyway, so, and the third and final interesting fact about Greensleeves is that there are theories by music historians that it actually refers to a lady Greensleeves, and that she was a lady of great promiscuity, because Greensleeves referred to her rolling around in the grass. So I thought that was quite interesting. And then, of course, the great irony is that then we use that same tune to refer to the Virgin Mary, of course, one of the great pure woman of all of Christian history. So I thought that was kind of funny. So, anyway. All right, so this is Greensleeves, and thank you for letting me play to you today.
Your Majesty, Royal Highnesses, Excellencies, nobles all. My name is Sir Master Grand Aldoulion, currently living in the Barony of Madrona. I first crossed into these lands back in AS-15, and I'm an actor by normal trade and training. And what I found was something magic, because when we are on stage, we know that immediately off stage right, immediately off stage left, and immediately backstage, there is nothing but moderns. There are sets, there are the makeup tables and the props. But what is it that is the quest of every actor, is to understand the reality of what they're doing, to act realistically in an unrealistic situation. And when I crossed into the society, what I found was an audience and a 360-degree, 24/7, 365 set. Wherever we are here, this becomes real. The armor is real. It hurts when you throw it at things. When you work in labor, there is no off. When you are in an armor and fighting, you are fighting. Though our swords be of wood, they still swing hard and hit hard. And the love and the friendships are real. I am a knight of the society. And so when I play a knight upon the stage, I know what it's like to wear armor for 8 hours and to throw myself into a shield wall. Sometimes successfully, sometimes not. And this reality has given me a truth about what it is that I do, because I love Shakespeare. And Shakespeare involves a lot of armor wearing and a lot of fighting. And in that reality, too, there's something else that society has given me, which I've tried my best over these 40-some-odd years to repay. It's given me an audience as close as humanly possible to what Shakespeare wrote for. Shakespeare never wrote a play to please himself. He wrote it to get 3,000 backsides into his theater. He wrote for people who understood what he was writing, who would acclaim to him. And in my years of improvising material at the beginning of a court, being a herald, or speaking for somebody at the finals of a crown, or for a knight walking in to be elevated, it is your ears which has given me a purpose. And that is why I'm here today. That is why I've been here these last 4 decades. Shakespeare is, of course, a direct link to a time in our period. And 2 of my favorite pieces of Shakespeare, one is a song called The Rain It Raineth Every Day. It's from Charles II. And this first is a scene from my favorite play. Matter of fact, is my favorite scene in all of Shakespeare. It's 2 lines long. That's it. My brother, Sir Richard Ferguson Fallon, will be assisting me in this. And what the scene is from Henry V. The Battle of Agincourt scene is but one of many. We, once more to the breach, dear friends, once more! Great line. We few, we happy few, we band of brothers. We are brothers. Because we are knights, we understand this. And so when a king comes, the night before the Battle of Agincourt, we are outnumbered 5-1 by the French. Everyone is wet, dirty, tired, sick, and hungry, and afraid. We are going to die on the morrow. The king does not want his knights to leave, how does he lock them into a final act of fealty? By turning to an unexpected rescue. I play Erpingham, the oldest knight there. And my brother plays King Henry V.
Good morrow, old Sir Thomas Erpingham. A good soft pillow for that good white head. We're better than a churlish turf of France.
Not so, my liege. This lodging likes me better. Since I may say now, lie I like a king. Now that's a throw up. Oh, I bet you want to be like a king. No, I like better. No, I say I lie like a king. Look deeper. The king is afraid that his knights, which he's gathered, are going to leave him, are going to turn tail and run. Does he challenge them? Does he berate them? No, he turns to the oldest knight there, white hair, a man who served himself, his father, and his father's fortune. And he says, I bet you want to be in England, don't you? He trusts them. This is not staged. He trusts him to answer back. The king says, no, my king. First of all, you don't oftentimes say, not so, my liege. So the other knights are going, whoa. And second, he says, he thinks I like it better here. Because here may say, I lie like a king. Both the joke on the fact we're both sleeping in the mud, and that I know my king is lying because he really doesn't want me to leave. He knows I don't want to go. And I say, I stay here. I stand, my king. What are the other knights going to do? Are they going to leave now? Are they going to turn tail when the old man is staying with their king? No. They all are locked into it now. With one trusted servant, he's made them all more loyal and willing to face the enemy the next day. Now you may say, that's Shakespeare, that's the old one. Does that time ever happen today? Have you ever seen a group of knights stand together, joking, insulting each other with honor? Joshing each other, look what the cat drug in. Again, they're giving them a big paragraph. A recent conversation I had, I was standing with a bunch of on-tier standard knights, 6'6", 300 pounds. I'm 5'6". And we were joking. I was talking to another person about my height. Said, we should have a crown sometime where it's just 5'6" and shorter. Yeah, that's what we should do. And the other guys were looking down at me going, oh yeah? The last time we fought Sir Bran, you killed me. So you. He gave me honor and respect and insult. Direct translation. Play 100 years old. That's why I love Shakespeare. That's why I love this society. Now this song, my favorite song, is about something we all face. Death. And how we grow, prepare, realize that what we build, we're building for ourselves. We plant the oak tree that our grandchildren will sit underneath in the shade. And that is what we have done many years of this society. So imagine, if you will, I'm in a tavern. Not hard to imagine. This is sung by Fest. Okay. And it's about a love that he has and will never ever claim. You'll never ever know. The love that may eventually pass with him. When that I was but a little tiny boy, with a hey-ho, the wind and the rain. The foolish thing was but a toy. Rain, it raineth every day. The chorus, you can join in. With a hey-ho, the wind and the rain. The rain, it raineth every day. And when I came to a mountain estate, with a hey-ho, the wind and the rain, knaves and thieves, men shut their gates. Rain, it raineth every day. With a hey-ho, the wind and the rain. Rain, it raineth every day. And when I came, alas, to wife, with a hey-ho, the wind and the rain. My swaggering foot I never thrive. Rain, it raineth every day with a hey-ho, the wind and the rain. The rain, it raineth every day. When I came, alas, to my bed, with a hey-ho, the wind and the rain, with pot still hath drunken head. Rain, it raineth every day, with a hey-ho, the wind and the rain. The rain, it raineth every day. A long time ago the world begun, with a hey-ho, the wind and the rain. Now all is one, our play is done. But try to please you every day with a hey-ho, the wind and the rain. We'll try to please you every way. Noble peers, lords and ladies all. I am Master Jason Silvercomb. I'm a Bardic Immortal, and I'm currently Bardic champion of this great Barony of Aquaterra. And I've been looking at a while at entering this particular Bardic competition. And I looked a while, and then the plague hit, and I looked a while longer, and the plague continued, and I looked a while longer. And finally, it got to the point where I could actually enter. And I thought, what am I going to do? What shall I do? And I decided, number one, I'll do things that people aren't familiar with. And number two, things that are appropriate. So I found this piece. It is called When Brightening Griefs. When Brightening Grief. And it is mentioned in Romeo and Juliet by the character Peter. And he talks about it because Juliet is supposed dead, and the musicians have come to play the wedding. And he says, when brightening grief, and he speaks the first few lines of the song. But the song isn't really about grief. It's about the healing power of music. The music heals the soul, heals the heart, heals the mind. And following the play, I think that's what. When brightening grief the heart moves, and doleful comes the mind oppressed, then music with the silver stew is wont with speed to give redress of troubled minds. What shall I say more? A subject unto music's score. Of troubled minds, what shall I say more? A subject unto music's score.
In joy it makes our mirth abound. In woe it feels our heavy strife. Distraughted minds relief have found in music's pleasant sweet delight. Our senses all, what shall I say more? Our subject unto music's Lord. Our senses all, what shall I say more? Our subject unto music's Lord. Oh, heavenly gift that rules the mind, e'en as the stern doth turn the ship. Oh, music, who God's the sign, to comfort man whom cares would give. Since thou, O man, and these doth move, what peace is he will lead its true. Since thou, O man, and these doth move, what peace is he will lead its true.
It has been a pleasure to have all of you here to share these performances. Please come back at 2 p.m. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. I'm so
With my fault.
It's my fault. Class. I didn't have the glasses on. You're fine. I was finished in the top yesterday.
Oh my
I have a quick question. Do we have anybody here from the summit? Really? Are you sure? All right, awesome. So I, in my life, have traveled very far. I have sung songs in Primaris and Glenavon in the East Kingdom. I called Cayenne home for over 10 years. And then I moved up to the Fair on here. Woo! Yes, I love it up here. Unfortunately, I like to joke that I plinkoed my way down. And I now reside in the amazing, brand new Barony of Collegium. How many people out of 7 are competing from Collegium today? 3 of us. And I have found a home in the summits that I have never had before. And it has moved my heart. It has made me feel connected, like I'm finally putting down roots that will not bend, will not break, that make me feel solidly planted in a home that has verdant soil. And so I wrote this song for my new home with the summits. I've been broken, I've been worn, my shoes lined with lead, but my quest I'll carry on till death lay my head. I will cross the Alpine roads and forge the waters here. I'll not falter, I'll not yield, for the
really calls me near, and I'll rise to the peak of your mountain high. I'll rise till I see the ribbon fly, for there where the sky meets the tree, mighty summits does your blue rail shine, with glory all can see. With artisans, with servants and defenders, with beauty and camaraderie and might. Oh, your warriors and your scholars, they all raise you to the light. And summit is the sum of their hearts. Yes, summit is the summit, the summit, the summit, the summit. A new home here have I found, with new friends close to hand. Nature's beauty all around, hills bountiful and grand. And the song rising up in me is an answering harmony to the chorus of voices singing your alpine melody. And I'll rise to the peak of your mountain high. I'll rise till I see the ribbon fly, for there where the sky meets the tree, mighty summits does your blue rail shine, with glory all can see. With artisans, with servants and defenders, through beauty and camaraderie and might. Oh, your warriors and your scholars, they all raise you to the light. And summit is the sum of their hearts. Yes, summit is the sum of their hearts. Yes, summit is the summit, the summit. Summits, the summits, the summits, the summits, the summits. It's the summits, the summits, the summits, the summits, the sun. It's the sun, it's the sun. Thank you. Can't go without some service. I am so sorry. That was fabulous. All of it. What a great time to end this whole thing on. Again, 2 p.m. Come back for more. You know, they just scratched the surface. Now they're going to do deep and give you the best. Okay? Remember, voting is going to happen at the end of the second performances so that you guys can say who you love. You need to know who they are? There's pictures. There's names. You will know them. They will be in your hearts for the rest of this day and forevermore. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you for allowing me to perform your break.
Joyous noise from all the competitors. Wow. My heart. I can't even imagine if that was just the beginning. I'm going to need some history later on, but I'm outstanding, and this kingdom is going to be in good hands, however this turns out today. Thank you all so much. Tell your friends to come at 2 because they're missing out if they don't come and check out the next set of performance.